Welcome to the Words to Empower podcast, featuring Bishop Frank Stewart, pastor of the Acts Ministry in Conway and North Little Rock, and now Pastor Stewart.
Talking about take the blindfold off. How many of you remember that? Remember the illustration? And the one thing God said to us, it is so dramatic when you're able to see. And some people, lights went off this weekend and they couldn't see in the house. And most of us don't have candles and people don't have flashlights. They kind of feel in their way because they can't see. Can't see. The advantage of sight, being able to see. What am I saying to all of us? I'm saying there are some areas in our lives, there are some facets in our lives that we are blind or nearsighted in. And when God opens our eyes up, or when we remove the blindfold, we're going to be able to see. It is just going to be just as dramatic as the blind people in the Bible when God opened their eyes. Be able to see. That's why we said that. We said, oh, I see, I got it. We're not talking physically. We're talking about a revelation. A revelation is a revealing of something that is already there. It's been there. We just didn't see it. So we start talking about take the blindfold off. And the one thing that we were trying to convey is that because Christ has died, he has done everything that he possibly could have done. So it's up to us to remove the blindfold. Oh, he's going to help us this morning. All of us. See, what y'all don't understand, I rub with it before I give it to you. And I get blessed, I get helped, and he's going to help us even some more. Look at this. Take the blindfold off. You mean to tell me I got it on? Yes, you have to take it off. The Lord said to us last week, you must save yourself. Peter said, save yourself. It's something we must do. You got to do something. If it was God's will, his will is none would be lost. His will is that none would be sick. We would all be healed, well, prospered. But we play a part in that. All right? So we're going to get into that and talk about that. When we talk about blindness, there are synonyms in the Bible with blindness, like being asleep or being intoxicated or drunk. When you're intoxicated, the reason why they don't want you driving is because your reaction time, you don't see properly. When a person is asleep, they are blind to their surroundings. So these are synonyms in the Bible that we must understand. And there's other synonyms, antonyms to this, and that is truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth it'll make you free. But you got to know it. Got to know it. Because with truth comes sight, comes freedom, truth. Now, 2 Peter chapter 3, 3 verses here. We're going to study because we're trying to see. We're trying to see in our marriages. We are trying to see. God help us to see, and he's going to help us today. I'm excited about what he's going to give us today. 2 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 3. Study with us now. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this, watch this, they willingly, there's the blindfold, they willingly are ignorant. Ignorant is a form of blindness, not knowing. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. When you don't know, then that's a type of being blind. Form of blindness, ignorance. Now, some people say ignorance is bliss, but it's not. It's a curse. People are destroyed because of ignorance. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of God the heaven were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. Now, what is happening in the text? The text it's talking about Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. When you read the Bible, you see he's coming back. But Peter says some people don't want to know that. Some people don't want to know that Jesus is coming back, because if you really know that means you got to change some things. Change is hard on all of us. It's nobody like changing. You've been in a routine for 20, 30 years. You don't want to change. Change is hard. All right, I see you. Just go to the doctor and he tell you need to change your whole diet. No more fried food. No more sugar. Somebody holler out, that's hard. You so used to that crunch. Change is hard. That's why, especially with African American men, we don't go to the doctor, we just die. Some people don't go to the doctor, they're afraid to know. They don't want to know. They are willingly ignorant. Stuff going on in your body, but you're afraid. You don't want to know. That's a willingness to be ignorant. He says Jesus is coming back. Peter says, and they know it, but they choose to be ignorant. Why is that? Why do they choose to be blind? Because sight can be so painful. It can be very painful to see, especially when we see ourselves. And we see ourselves as being wrong. That's just human nature. It's just human nature. Told y'all last week, my wife and I, we had a conversation, and after the conversation, days and weeks later, God said to me, Jonathan, your wife was right.
Stay tuned for more of Frank Stewart. And now for some special announcements.
Thanks for partnering with the Acts Ministries. We value your service and your donations. That's why we've made it easy to make contributions to support our ministry. Simply go to your web browser and click the search bar and type in actsministriesonline.org. Then click Donate Online. It's really that easy. For mobile giving, text the amount you wish to donate to 501-302-4242. That's Simple Give.
And now, more of Pastor Frank Stewart.
Welcome back to your Acts Ministry podcast. And we're talking about looking at the one person we need to look at first, and that's ourselves.
Some folks some people rather be blind than to see. Look at somebody and say, you can't handle the truth. I'm saying something to you because realize that truth is synonymous with sight. Ignorance is synonymous with blindness. The little kids used to stick their hands in the ears to, because they didn't want to hear. I have been witnessing to people, and they say, don't tell me that, because I don't want to know, because if I know, I have to be responsible. Yeah. There's a willingness to be ignorant. It is, I hear him talking. Thank you, Jesus. It is like the elephant sitting in the living room. Oh, y'all going, hey, that ain't part of the notes. I don't have that. But it's like he's been sitting there for the whole time of the marriage. And we walk around him and we act like he's not there. Look at somebody and say, that's sure enough the truth. And every family got a big elephant sitting in the living room. It just depends on when you want to deal with it. Yeah. I grew up with an elephant sitting in our living room. Yeah, absolutely. My father got killed when my mother was pregnant with me. 50-some years, we didn't have that conversation of what happened or when or where, nothing. At the age of 63, we're just beginning to be able to talk about it. Sitting in the room, we don't want to deal with it because we are willingly ignorant. That's why we say it's bliss, because I don't want to know. As if you not knowing that you have cancer is going to make the cancer go away. It is amazing how many of I have friends, pastors, that have died because they were unwilling to know what that pain was in their body. Oh, I'm talking to you today. Stay with me. I'm talking to you today. There's an elephant sitting there, even in our relationships, that we won't deal with. Because, wow, I see why now he's talking about it. I just saw it. I see why he's dealing with this. We don't want to deal with it until everything explodes, until everything is so messed up. Then everybody go their own separate ways, and the children are left to defend for themselves. Because it's better to act like it's not happening. It's better to be blind. How you doing? I'm blessed. No. I'm blessed and highly favored. If my marriage get any better, I don't know if we're going to be able to stand it. Stop lying. He says they are willingly. Now, I'm trying to understand. The blindfold, it's up to us to remove it. Can you look at somebody and just give them 100% truth right now? Look at them and say, you know what? It's some things that I don't want to see. Oh, see, come on. I'm trying to bring you there. If I can get you there, we're almost there. It's some things I don't want to know. I don't want to know, but I need to know. How much of this can y'all take this morning? Because he's going a whole nother way. I mean, I may not get to all the scriptures, but he's going a whole nother way. He's going a whole nother way. I see him. It's stuff that is obvious about our children, but we choose not to see it. Yeah, she's still a virgin. He's real quiet. He's to himself. I tell you that he's such a wonderful child. No, he just waiting to get married. He don't. And I'm going to tell you, don't tell them about this, but some of the most blind people in the world are parents. See, some of y'all want to jump up right now and say it again, Pastor. That's my wife. That's my husband. About the children. Can't tell them nothing about the children. All right, okay. I'm moving. It's coming, but I'm moving. Throw your hands to the Lord. Open my eyes. I want to see. And give me the strength to remove the blindfold. I want to see that if changes are not made, if things don't stop, what's going to happen. I want to see the elephant that's sitting in the room, and we need to deal with it.
For mobile giving, text the amount you wish to donate to 501-302-4242.
The Acts Church in North Little Rock is located at 1224 Franklin Street. Morning Glory begins at 8 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Sunday school begins at 8:30 a.m. And for a powerful word, join us at 9:30 a.m. for our morning worship service. Bible study is each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. At our Conway location, Morning Glory begins at 10 a.m. Sunday school begins at 10:30 a.m. Worship service begins at 11:30 a.m. On Thursday, our Bible class begins at 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to actsministriesonline.org or give us a call at 501-329-2055.
Thank you for tuning in to the Acts Ministry Podcast. The Acts Church is located at 1423 Indian Street in Conway and 1224 Franklin Street in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Tune in each day to hear an inspiring word from Pastor Frank Stewart.
Clap your hands and say yeah! Feel good now. They said that praise was just emotionalism.
The Acts Ministries would like to invite you to our 2020 Men's Conference on January the 24th at our North Little Rock location, 1224 Franklin Street. Our guest speaker is Pastor Elaine Allen of the Lively Stone Church. Our theme this year is Pursue with Purpose, an intentional pursuit. That's this Friday, 7 p.m., 1224 Franklin Street in North Little Rock. An occasion for men that you don't want to miss.